Alright, what's up everyone? I know it's been a while. I haven't been making videos for a while. I'm sorry. I think I have to be more consistent with making videos. It's just that I've been moving to a new place. Actually, a new country, actually. As you can see, this new environment. There's a different wall. This, it's, I guess you can call this a beautiful painting. I don't know. Just, a lot of new stuff, some beautiful view right there. I mean, I honestly don't look at the view that much, but I think it's beautiful, full of greenery and all that stuff. But anyways, let's get started with this video and let's talk about What If episode 4, which came out actually last week. But I'm reviewing it now, which is not exactly that late. But anyways, let's get started. And yes, this video will contain some spoilers. So please first watch the video, then the episode, then watch the video if you're interested. So I have to first start off by saying this episode was the weirdest, yet the best one. Probably because it's a Doctor Strange episode, and it's gotta be weird because he's strange. You know what I'm saying? But sorry. I know it was kind of a bad joke. I'm not really good at that stuff, at least for now. We'll see in the future. But anyways, and honestly speaking, they used the character quite well. He was, they try to bring something new to the table that way by completely bringing a different kind of plot compared to the previous plots. And I think the character they used was the best character because Doctor Strange is the only kind of character in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe who can bring such weird yet interesting plots. Not really, whereas you look at like other characters like Captain America or Iron Man, they have more grounded plots. They don't have much complex plots like Doctor Strange does because their abilities are different from his. But I have to say that this episode also had a very unhappy ending. It didn't really have the very positive ending where the hero always wins, that kind of ending. I mean, so that also made it unique from the previous episodes, I would say. And of course, as usual, just like the previous Doctor Strange movies or the previous movies with Doctor Strange in it, like the Avengers movies and the Doctor Strange movie itself, the visuals were just like stunning, mind blowing. And in fact, they're actually more interesting in this episode, even though it was an animated episode for like, I don't know, 30 minutes, where Doctor Strange movie was like for 2 hours. But yet they could bring some interesting visuals, like how like the whole world was like kind of like melting in a way towards the end, like when Wong was like telling Doctor Strange what to do, and like at the same time he was like melting away, kind of fading away. That was very interesting to see. And of course the way he just sucks in all those creators to become more powerful. That was interesting. And yeah, just and the way he turns into different characters while absorbing them into himself. That was very fun to see like the way they executed the whole scene for an animated scene. So that was impressive. Now let's talk about the whole idea of like the of how Stephen Strange was divided into two parts. One was a character who wants to do things out of his own interest, which was saving Christine, and then there's the other Stephen Strange, where he wants to do what's best for the greater good, not his own interests only. So in a way he was just, well, not in a way, but he was trying to keep his own interests aside to protect the greater good. And of course he was like supposed to be the good Doctor Strange, the good Stephen Strange, whereas the other one was the evil Stephen Strange. And towards the end they fight to see who comes out on top of whom. And unfortunately the evil Doctor Strange came on top, and even then also he couldn't save Christine, which was an important lesson for him to learn. But after the scene, this is when the Watcher arrives. Speaking of which, I have to say they also made Doctor Strange. They showed that Doctor Strange is unique from other characters, not just this episode, but the character of Doctor Strange itself is unique from other characters in the sense that he was the only one who could sense the Watcher, because while like I think he was like trying to get some, he was reading a book or something, and he was, I think, trying to learn some spell or something, and he could actually sense the Watcher. He was like, who's that? So he knew that someone was watching over him, and that was none other than the Watcher, whom he meets towards the end. And he asked the Watcher to save his universe, and then the Watcher's like, what, it's not worth saving your universe. And that's how the unhappy ending takes place. That's how it pretty much happens. But I had to say that the fact that Stephen Strange goes back in time so many different times to save Christine, and yet Christine ends up dying in order for him to become the Sorcerer Supreme and save the protect the universe. Kind of like showed that how his destiny was like kind of like built, was like already like fixed in that timeline. And that way the fact that Christine's death was meant to happen, was supposed to happen so that he becomes Doctor Strange, was something, was a kind of like taught me something, how like just not like from the episode, that's not like in the episode, but actually even in real life in general, that sometimes bad things might happen for the better to take place. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a bit too like thoughtful or philosophical. I don't know if I actually do sound like that, but I'm just saying like sometimes I just, it just got me thinking that like I hope like everyone gets a chance to do something bigger than themselves, regardless of whether good things or bad things happen in their life. So this is just my take on this, just me personally saying it. And I just wanted to end and like conclude by saying that the Watcher, like Jeffrey writes a character as Watcher throughout this whole show, not just this episode, but throughout this whole show, kind of like made me realize that I think at least I should give him more recognition. I don't know about you all, but I realized that I should give him more recognition, even though like he appears for a brief amount of time in each episode. But the way he narrates, like he starts off by narrating the whole like idea of the show, which is like in such a clear and concise manner, and it just made it very interesting. And it was beautifully said, narrated, and I think he should get more recognition for that. So that's my take on this episode. So until the next episode arrives, and other interesting TV shows and movies arrive, I will see you later.